sophisticated strawberry, if you will. Alright, so today it is September Raves and Rejects. These are my favorite and least favorite products of the last couple months. I didn't have that many new favorites in August, and then 15 Days of Foundation happened. It's October, what the heck. I feel like it's gonna go by so fast, and then it's gonna be the holidays, and then it's gonna be summer again. Where does life go? All of my raves are gonna be linked down below. I also have a lot of rejects. I have a lot of rejects this month. I just filmed the 15 Days of Foundation wrap-up video. I'll put that in the little eye over here, but that's why I look exactly the same. It's a 2-in-1 video kind of day. I'm in like major pre-filming mode because I'm gonna be gone. Some of the products I'm talking about I'm wearing on my face right now, so you can see how they actually look on. I just talked for like 3 hours filming the other video, so now my brain is half working. This is gonna be a fun one. If you enjoy this video while you're watching and you like raves and rejects, don't forget to give this a thumbs up. Let's get into it. There's probably like 5 things in here that you guys can 100% guess because I've been just talking about them so much and using them in videos and everything. First one is the Milk Makeup Blur Liquid Foundation. Dude, this foundation is bomb. This looks so beautiful on my skin. If you have a lot of texture and you find that foundations usually cling to your skin in weird places, this one just smooths out your skin. It has great coverage, full coverage. The shade of it works really well for me. I'm in the shade Fair. I have a few different videos using this foundation. You can just search it on YouTube, the Taylor plus the name of the foundation. Any videos I have using a specific foundation will come up if you do that. My favorite way to apply this to make it last throughout the day on my oily skin is by setting it with the Maybelline Loose Fit Me powder. I talked about that in July Raves and Rejects. I also have a full video doing that exact routine, so I'll put that in the eye. Gorgeous foundation. I feel like I am almost out of this. I'm like down to here. This is the Revlon Photo Ready Pore Reducing Primer, another thing you've heard me talk about a shit ton. This primer I don't think makes my makeup last any longer, but it definitely helps to fill my pores. Like it says, pore reducing primer. I also like that they're just like real about it. They don't say like pore eraser or anything drastic. It's just gonna reduce your pores, and that's exactly what it does. It has a nice formula to it. This doesn't break me out, which is nice. It's really hard finding primers that don't break me out, especially pore kind of filling primers like Benefit Porefessional breaks out my skin horribly. This one I don't find makes my skin any worse. It's from the drugstore. It's great. So I got this a few weeks ago, and I've been reaching for this ever since I first put it on my face. This is the Hourglass Holiday Absolute Strobe Light Metallic. Okay, what is the actual name of this? Ambient Metallic Strobe Lighting Palette. So this has 3 different highlighter shades, and at first looking in here, I thought I was only going to be able to use the kind of like yellowy white light shade in here, but I can actually wear all 3 of these shades. They go on the face a lot lighter than they look in the pan. My favorite way to wear this is by just mixing all 3 shades together. It's what's on my face right now. I like this because you can kind of build it up. You can get a very metallic, very intense highlight, but it still looks nice on the skin. It doesn't emphasize texture. It sits on my skin really well. I love it as a nose highlight. Also love it as an inner corner highlight, as eyeshadow. It's beautiful. These are very different from the other ambient lighting palettes. Those ones are much more natural looking. This is like a full-on metallic highlighter. So if you like the metallic wet kind of highlighter look, you would probably love these. Here's some finger swatches of all 3 shades. As you can see, I think especially the pink one looks a lot lighter than it does in the pan, and the brown kind of bronzy one is definitely still wearable on my skin tone. This palette I've also been reaching for a shit ton. This is the Smashbox Contour Palette. Something about this light shade that is just so easy. It never looks bad. It never looks muddy. It looks good with any look. It's not too warm. It's not too cool. It's not like the most cool toned contour. Is kind of like in between a warm and a cool tone to me. It's pretty neutral. There's the word. This shade is way warm on my skin tone, but if I'm like really looking ghostly or something, I can use it to warm up my face. I love both of those as eyeshadows as well though. I like to just pop them in the crease. You guys will see me use this in the everyday makeup look coming up. If you don't like shimmery blushes, you won't like this product off the bat, but this is the Too Faced Papa Don't Peach blush. For me personally, I don't find that it's shimmery to the point where it emphasizes the texture on my face or anything. I just find it to be a really flattering tone. The thing I love about this is the formula. It's one of those blushes where it just super effortlessly blends out. It's not too pigmented, so it's not like difficult to blend. You don't have to worry about getting too much on your brush. Again, I freaking hate the scent of this. Not my thing. But the actual blush and the shade of this is just a really nice peachy tone. It's not too overpowering. Very flattering if you have fair skin. It's on my 3rd finger right here. Again, if you like matte blushes, don't go for this because this obviously has a bit of a sheen to it. This next one is actually a makeup product from Etsy. I did a full face using Etsy makeup, and this was one of the gems from that video. In that video, I had a little sample pack of it. I ended up getting the full size. This is the Pure Nata Medium Matte Contouring Powder in Alluring. This is actually, the more that I use it, it's more of a fair skin bronzer to me. It's gonna warm up your face, but it's not too orangey, which is really hard to find. I think I said it in that video, but this to me is like exactly what the Benefit Hula Light should have been. There's the color right there. Maybe I'll swatch it against the Smashbox just so you guys can see the tone difference. It's definitely not super cool tone, so I wouldn't really say it's a contour shade, but again, really nice light bronzer if you're fair. Let's swatch it next to Smashbox. Yeah, much warmer than Smashbox. So there's the Smashbox contour. There's the Pure Nata. You also need the tiniest amount of this, so I feel like it would last a really long time. I'm wearing it on my face right now as a bronzer. I also have a little bit up on my temples. I am in love with the setting spray. Again, I have mentioned this 5,000 times in recent videos, but this is the Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 primer and setting spray. I don't like using this as a primer as much as I do a setting spray. It settles your powder into your liquid foundation, just everything on your face. It kind of just brings it together and settles everything. I'm wearing it right now on top of my foundation. It has more of like a dewy kind of finish to it, so if you like matte, you wouldn't like this, but I just find that it helps make my makeup look a little bit more natural, a little bit less makeup-y, and I feel like my makeup actually stays on better. I was playing around with like powder foundations and just powder products, and I sprayed one half of my face with this and left the other half without it. It made all of the powders like pop and just look amazing, and as I was taking off my makeup with a wipe, this side was so much harder to get off, which I feel like is a good sign for it actually kind of sticking your makeup to your face and really keeping it on there. It does have a coconut scent, which I personally love, but it's silicone-free, alcohol-free, oil-free, and it has coconut water. So this doesn't break me out. I really like this, and it took me a while to like this. It wasn't like instant love. This highlighter is so freaking pretty. I've used this in a few different videos as well. This is the Burberry Fresh Glow Pink Pearl number 3. This is the only thing I brought with me to London. I wear this every single day, and it just freaking pops. This is another like metallic kind of highlight, which totally shocked me because most of Burberry's other makeup is more natural. I purchased this because I saw a few videos of people using this, and it just was that like wet kind of look, which I usually love in a highlighter, and it definitely is. They have a few other shades in this. I really want to try out the white one because they actually have like a pure white highlight version of this. It is pricey, but if you want something more high-end, I also love the packaging of this. I mean, look at the design on here. It's like this really pretty, intricate design, and then it has a magnetic close. So nice. Okay, so finally, what is on my eyes? I was snapping this morning and got so many questions about what eyeshadow I'm wearing. So as a base, I have on the Makeup Forever Aqua XL in the shade L22, which is a super pretty like navy color. This is not a rave. I mean, I love these. I mentioned them in a past Raves and Reject, but I do have that down as a base, so the colors are a little bit altered. But the rest of my shadows are the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, which this again was not like an instant love kind of thing. I liked it when I first used it. I wasn't totally blown away. I only like this with a really good base down underneath. The MAC Paint Pot is what I really love with it. You definitely need a primer with these. I'm not gonna go like super in depth because you guys have probably seen 5,000 videos, using this palette so far, but I keep finding myself reaching for this. The warm tones in here are beautiful, the metallic shades are beautiful. I've worn this in a few different videos again, but I just really find myself reaching for the neutral shades on like an everyday basis. I love these darker browns for the lower lash line. The kind of green shade that you see on the lid is this shade right here. Also went in with this kind of dark army green shade, which is in my crease, some of the lighter matte brown shades, and then these on my lower lash line. This shade as a face highlighter is unreal. It is so freaking pretty. Keep reaching for this, and I really like this palette. So the last makeup rave of the month is L'Oreal Infallible Matte's lip paint thing in the shade Tongue Tied. I didn't want to wear this today, even though this looks kind of similar to it, only because I've worn this 50,000 times in recent videos, so I didn't want it to be overkill. Right now I have on the Too Faced Melted Matte in the shade Cool Girl. That's what's on my lips. This on my skin tone is one of those darker nude shades that's still very wearable for every day. It doesn't look too dark. I'm at like a really weird angle right now. So there's the two shades next to each other. L'Oreal is on the, okay, this is not wanting to stay focused right now. L'Oreal is on the bottom, Too Faced is on the top. It always looks great. I really like the formula of these. It kind of reminds me of the Sephora liquid lipsticks. It's not super moisturizing, but it's also not super drying. It lasts pretty well throughout the day. I don't really have to touch it up. If I'm eating like super oily food, it'll come off on the middle and I touch it up, but for the most part, it's not one that is gonna like slide around, doesn't transfer to your teeth, and the formula is pretty lightweight. So I think I mentioned this in a Raves and Rejects video probably about a year ago, I want to say, but I still use it almost every single day. So I wanted to mention it again. This is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. I actually don't like using this. I mean, I'll use it at night and I'll sleep in it, but I actually like using it on my no makeup days because it gives your lips this super pretty plump kind of light pink color. This is what I was wearing in the lash extension video. It's what I'm wearing on Snapchat if I'm not wearing makeup. Literally anytime you see me without a face of makeup on and my lips are like glossy, this is what I'm wearing. I have used up about half of this jar. I don't usually like sweet scents at all, but this one I really like. It has almost like a strawberry scent, but it doesn't smell like lip smackers. Like it's almost like a sophisticated strawberry, if you will. I did try the Kors lip butter because I've heard really good things about that, and I definitely don't like it as much. I don't feel like it looks as flattering on my lips. It almost like emphasizes the dryness, which is weird. This one just makes your lips look super plump, just good. Makes your lips look good. I have been on the hunt for a good hairspray for a while now. For years, I used one that I got back in Jordan, and I haven't been able to locate the same hairspray. Ever since then, I've been trying to find a hairspray that I like just as much. This is the Living Proof Flex Shaping Hairspray. To try this out, I just got the travel size. That's usually what I like to do at Sephora because then you can just try it out, and if you don't like it, you don't have to like commit to the full size. And then also you can travel with this, obviously. This hairspray got really good reviews, and I see why. It is not crunchy, it's not sticky, it smells friggin' amazing, and that's what all the reviews were saying, and I was like, okay, this can either go really well or really not well, because I feel like a lot of times the scents that other people like, I just really don't like. But this one, this could be a perfume, and you almost can't wear perfume when you wear this, which could be a good or a bad thing because it is so heavily scented. And I do find that it really lingers in your hair, and when you're walking, you can like smell it. I brought this on my trip with me, and it just locks in your curls, and it doesn't leave your hair feeling or looking hairspray-y at all. This is a bomb hairspray if you're in the market for a new one. I also love the matte black packaging. All right, so my last rave of the month is kind of random. It's just a body lotion. This is the Aveeno Skin Relief Gentle Scent Lotion in the scent Nourishing Coconut. I am super into coconut scents, even for the fall. I'm about it all year round. Aveeno is one of those brands that never really appealed to me. I think mostly because the packaging, I really don't like their packaging. I was on Amazon trying to find a good body lotion that actually worked because I feel like every body lotion I use doesn't actually help dryness. I have some dryness on like my knees that have started and my elbows, and also starting Accutane soon. I just want to find a really good moisturizing body lotion that actually does something because my whole body is going to get really dry. This one definitely works. It's a tiny bit sticky, which I don't mind because I feel like it just like coats my whole body and is staying there. I put this on at night after I shower. I'll sleep in it, and then when I wake up, my skin isn't sticky anymore, but it definitely feels moisturized. I know Aveeno is generally good if you have eczema. I don't have eczema, but I do find a lot of products break me out on my body, like on my shoulders and my chest and everything. And this one I don't think has been making my acne on my body any worse. And also, we need to talk about the smell of this. It's coconut, but it's like perfumey coconut, if that makes sense. This smells way better than I thought it was going to. It doesn't smell like straight up coconut. There's something else in here. Maybe almond. Yeah, it kind of smells like coconut almond. If you have dry skin or if you need a good body moisturizer, would recommend. Okay, I feel like this video has been hella long already, so I'm going to try and power through these rejects right now because we have a shit ton. This was like the month of reject oil cleansers for me. I have 3 here. I believe all 3 of these are new products because I got all 3 of these in PR. This is the Dermalogica Pre-Cleanse Balm. This is the Ole Henriksen Wonder Feel Double Cleanser. And then this is the Glam Glow Galactic Cleanse Hydrating Jelly Balm Cleanser. So the thing with these is that they do the job. They take off your makeup. They just leave the makeup on your face. These are the kind of oil cleansers where when you go to wash it off, it feels like you're just rubbing oil for 5,000 hours, and none of the makeup is coming off in the sink. It just kind of like leaves the oil and the makeup on your skin. So you either have to go in with a cleanser just to get the oil off, or you have to use like a washcloth and a cleanser. I absolutely hate oil cleansers that leave that residue on your face, and all 3 of these are definitely that. This one looks like it's been pretty used, and it has, solely because I've been using it to take off arm swatches of foundation just so it doesn't totally go to waste. But that's probably what I'll use all of these for. This one smells really good. I actually have a oil cleanser that I really like lately that I found a couple weeks ago, but I didn't want to mention it in this video since it's fairly new. It'll probably be a next month's video if I continue to like it. Okay, this concealer, this is the Essence Full Coverage Camouflage Concealer. Definitely not full coverage. I did not like how this looked on my skin. The wand, everything about this I just do not like, would not recommend. I think there are much better drugstore concealers out there. I need to get a wipe going up in here. I'm just gonna quickly touch on this one because I feel like it's like beating a dead horse at this point, but this is the Anastasia Subculture palette. I have a whole video using this. My thoughts are pretty much exactly the same as it was in that video. I think you can make it work. They're just definitely not the best formula I've ever tried. They're very powdery and I just don't think it's worth your money. So this is the Urban Decay Urban Defense Complexion Primer. I can't remember if I used this in a first impression or if I just tried this out, but it is so freaking oily feeling. Maybe if you have dry skin, this might be nice, but for my skin, this is a definite no. It also smells really chemically, which I don't like. This you guys saw in the testing Amazon makeup video. This is the Sacha Intense Matte Lip Velvet. What was this? This was like 18 bucks or 19 bucks, not cheap. And this was just so friggin' patchy and drying. The wand on here feels hella cheap. I had to do like 2 or 3 coats of this just to make my lipstick look opaque. Really not into this liquid lipstick formula, especially for that price point. All right, so this last product I tried out in a first impressions video, so you guys saw me trying to use this. This is the Pixi by Petra Quick Fix Powder. It has a green tint to it, which is so bizarre. It looks a little bit green on your face, and the packaging of this, the whole concept of this, I'm not there. I don't get it. It's so messy. What's supposed to happen is you take this off and then the powder is supposed to come out through this puff and it just doesn't come out. Like the amount of powder you would need to get like a smooth and even application just doesn't come out. It's a definite miss on the packaging, but then the actual product as well. If you just go in and try and use it in the bottom here with like a brush or a sponge, it wasn't the most smoothing powder and it does have this weird green blue tint to it. All right, so those were all of my raves and rejects for the past couple months. I'm gonna have everything listed down below. Let me know what your favorite products were. Also let me know if you've tried any of the products I mentioned, what you think of them. I'm always curious, and I need to go eat and stop filming because I've literally been filming for 6 hours now. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, you can join the Bayrito family and subscribe. I upload Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time, Foundation Friday on Friday. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.